second introduction.
Yeah. Let me, I forgot what the word, Azabeth. You know what that word means?
It's the same word that I just broke down.
Well, no, it's funny that you would mention like the Hispanics are part of the tribe because his father is Judah, right? But his mother is Issachar, kind of like me. What he tried to say is like, remember how last time we went to Deuteronomy 23:2, where it talked about the bastard or the mamzer, and so he tried to say the next verse was basically like how it goes in a Moab, you know what I'm saying, and the Japanese, and he's like, so basically if your mother or father is that, then that's why I clarified those two. So saying if your mother was that, then you would be a heathen. You see what I'm saying?
I got it right here.
So wait, hold on. So you're saying that they're saying if you're, even though your father's an Israelite, but your mom is a heathen.
Well, when it says heathen, he's saying is if your mother is Moab or Ammon, yeah. Chinese, Japanese, because it specifies that in the next verse.
Yeah.
So if your father is Israelite, but your mother happens to be Chinese, Japanese, then that would exclude you from being Israelite.
That's all. That's all.
Okay, so
You
that's
are
what I
your
try to
seed
bring
of
out
your
of
father.
people.
Because you what your father is.
Yeah, okay, that's what I
You're what your father is.
Yeah. It don't matter your mother.
We called our pedigrees after the houses of our fathers.
Right.
You know, because our father carried the name, he carried the seed. You know?
If you know anything about horticulture or basically like growing a garden, it don't matter if you got that rich dark soil or you got the basic soil that's in the desert out there. Whatever seed you plant in that soil is what's gonna grow up. It could be the seed that apples grew in, but I was gonna put an orange seed in it. Guess what? Orange is gonna grow up where the apples are. You know what I'm saying? The soil don't matter. What matters is the seed. You know, but that's why the husbandman is known as a farmer and the woman as the earth. You know?
That's talking about the bastards are not in the congregation.
But
That's
we,
what he's
yeah,
talking
let's read that because I want to hear what he
Deuteronomy 23:2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to his 10th generation. Shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. An Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even into their 10th generations.
Right.
Shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever.
Because they were our people. They were our people.
They were.
That's
They
that
were.
phrase.
But they went off
Asiatic black man.
because, matter of fact,
Wait.
because there was lots of
Thank
children.
you for visiting Green
Yeah.
Bazaar Shops.
And Lot is Abraham's nephew, right?
Right. So they were our people.
But they was under.
But they went off because they went basically Moab and Ammon went off because of incest. So they got excluded out of it because of incest. And they became a separate people at that time.
Well, really, what it really boils down to is
Discovery of a new day.
if you wasn't of the seed line, the Lord just he wasn't dealing with you. Now you had, heathens that would sojourn, that would come, while we would have different high holy days and stuff like that. That's the reason why every time heathens tried to make agreements with us, when they would come to where we were at, our forefathers would always tell them, well, you need to get circumcised, you need to do this, you need to do that, because other than that, you don't need to be around me. But as far as when we in the congregation and we serving the Lord, that's only for the Israelites.
Right.
Because the Lord is only dealing with Israel.
Right.
And Moab and Ammon, their land is pretty much right next to Israel. So if they happen to come over by our land while we're, in the middle of practicing whatever the case may be, they couldn't come into the congregation because they're not Israelites.
Right, okay, yeah.
Still go back to the seed of the father, man, no matter what. It's back to the father. You good. You was questioning yourself. Yeah, he's questioning. Hey, look how long we all been questioning, bro. You supposed to have that. That's part of it. At least it stayed on you.
Well, it's crazy because you got brothers that started off with One West, right? And like I would look at some old videos and I see brothers like, whether it be like, it's a lot of brothers that were with the truth with One West that fell off. Whether you got Yashawan, y'all know, because you know what I'm saying. I see some old videos of him and he was killing. He used to be cold back in the day. But now you used to watch videos of him today and he's talking about, you know what I'm saying, the laws are done away with.
Yeah,
You know
He
what
got
I'm saying?
both sides zapped the spirit from
Took
his
it
head.
from him.
He zapped that spirit.
Took it from him, man.
And this is the thing, too. A lot of them that even try to come back and keep teaching, they're going back for the glory of what they used to be when it was sincere before. But like the brother said, the Lord zapped his spirit from you. But also, a lot of them didn't get with the new doctrine. The upgrades in doctrine through the spirit, they didn't get with that. They kept that same level of doctrine that wasn't ready to come out, the seal that wasn't broken off those other breakdowns. They weren't informed on those things. They didn't stay fervent the whole time through like the apostles did. You know, when you stay with the Spirit gives you that. You can't be like, okay, I pray every day, but for 2 years I'm gonna stop praying, then I'm gonna come back and pick up right where I'm supposed to be. Not where I left off, but where I'm supposed to be. Or even where you left off. You're like, you playing. You know, I took that 2 years was to get rid of you. It wasn't to bring you back later, it's to get rid of you. Because you're supposed to continue until, because you're not supposed to come in this thing and then, you know, take vacation. We don't take winters off. That's why, because you take a winter off, and guess what? That spirit can leave you just like that. You take a weekend off sometimes, the spirit can be on its way
I'll
out.
give you an example, bro. When I
For
was
the
first
wrong
coming in,
reasons.
for example, when I was first coming into the truth, just saying the name.
Yep.
If the Lord don't want you to have his name, you ain't gonna be able to say it.
Right. I worked on it.
You
I
gotta
wrote it
work
down.
on the name.
Yeah.
And then it becomes part of you. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? And if you don't say that name, guess what? That name is gonna leave you. That name gonna leave you, bro.
Yeah.
It will leave you. You'll be like, yeah. How did they say it? Yeah. And how I know it is because I done gave the name to some brothers who've been learning. And then they got to come back to me and say, man, how you say the name again? I say, look, man, you better start meditating on this name. Because he ain't going to let you have it if you ain't meditating on it. You ain't serious enough. You're supposed to be going to bed at night. In your own bed, you know what I'm saying? Saying the Lord's name.
Let me
Wake
get
up
this
in the
scripture.
morning saying the Lord's name.
This is Psalms 51 and 11. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me.
There you go.
That's something that King David prayed for, because that's a serious thing, man. It's very serious.
You know how scared it be for the Lord to take his name out of any of our mouth right now? You know how frightened I be? I can't say the Lord's name. Man, what's wrong with me, man? I can't say.
Hey,
Woo,
because when the Lord takes the Spirit from you, when he stops dealing with you, not only is that hedge of protection is gone from you, but also your understanding gets taken away.
All that
the
milk
name
drain.
gets taken away. Everything that you learn gets taken away.
Understand
and you basically might as well be back in the,
Sin that never came
the
in.
filth that you was into.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
better than that, he starts to put 8 other demons back on.
Oh, yeah, I
have
read
from
that.
the beginning.
That's what the 8
Yeah.
demons
They
actually
like-
do.
You throw more demons on you.
You
than
come
you
in
have.
with more than you
It
had.
makes sure it absorbs everything that you once
them
took,
wicked
once you
imagination.
received.
Right.
Take that. They got rid of that. That's no longer
They're a
in.
house of demons now.
That was just demons with you.
I'm
Well,
saying
when
the
you
Lord
talking
is-
about the name, like people, the name Jesus, people throw that around like it ain't
ain't
nothing.
nothing.
You know, but when you hear Yahweh
Atheists
Shai,
throw
like
that around.
you better
They
not
scared of
blaspheme
that.
that, because when you hear that,
Right,
I wouldn't even.
His name is dreadful amongst the heathen.
You could feel that there's power behind it.
Yeah. And people get mad at you for saying and trying to change the Jesus. They get mad.
Yeah.
That let you know right there. It's something powerful and spiritual about that name.
Right.
You know, the fact that people get mad at you for telling it, oh man, that ain't the Lord's name. Jesus ain't his name. That's his name, that's his title, but his name is Yahweh Shai. People like, man, I don't want to hear that. That don't make no sense. But then when you break it down to them and they start hearing it like, Zeus do make sense. That's Zeus, huh? Yeah, that's, even the Mexicans can't say Jesus. They say Jesus. So why is he gonna
Right.
give them a name like that a whole nation can't say?
Right. That ain't distinct.
Yeah.
Like when you read in matter of fact, you can get Proverbs 30 and 4. Read this right here.
This 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourselves. Whether ye be in faith, prove your own selves.
Read again.
2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourselves. Whether ye be in faith,
Whether you be in the faith, go ahead,
prove your own selves.
and prove your own selves.
Know ye not your own selves.
Yeah, you're supposed to constantly examine yourself when you come into the
Every
knowledge.
day.
You gotta make sure you getting the right amount of knowledge. Make sure you studying. Make sure you being diligent and seeking the Lord. Make sure you praying and calling upon the name of the Lord. You know, making sure you keep up, man. Keeping up with the prophecies. You know, you gotta not only you gotta watch, but you gotta watch yourself.
Right.
Because like what brothers say all the time, you could be your own worst enemy. You yourself could be your own worst enemy.
Let me throw something at you. Remember the day the chick came up here, right?
Okay, yes.
Right? She came up on you. If you wasn't watching your spirituality that day, you might have been susceptible to women.
Right.
And that could have cost you. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have got it, but that was like, oh baby, hold on.
I'll be right back, Mo.
You be right back. We be gone.
Never gone.
And
I'm
something
back.
happens, you get robbed and killed or whatever could go on. So it takes a day. It's a daily thing to make sure that you attend to your salvation.
She might have
Because
been
that's
killed.
serious.
She
Right,
prepared.
probably
She was
could've
ready
got
to fight
right.
that day.
The plus, yeah.
That's why when I come up here, I try, really try to humble myself and just listen, you know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
the question I
There's
ask.
a million distractions. And
Yeah.
I've never seen so many distractions of anybody like they on you. I have in all the years I've been doing this, not like it's that many, but just saying like I've never seen one man get so many distractions thrown at him. I mean, this is Vegas too though, so you gotta expect it to be because the difference of 4 is one more. It's a lot more powerful.
Hey, wait, if I could just say this, like, you was just talking about how, if you take 1 week off, the spirit can leave you.
Yeah.
And remember how I texted you last week, I was supposed to be here,
Right.
but I was coming from San Diego. And I told you I got a late start. And when I was driving, like, I was reading in Proverbs, what was it? It was like, it's right here, 20 and, you know what I'm saying? You know scripture, man's going to the Lord.
24.
24, and I was going over it, and I was thinking to myself, okay, yeah, let me grab it.
Proverbs 20 and 24.
Yeah, Proverbs 20 and 24,
What's good?
man's going to the Lord, how can a man then understand his own way? And I was going over that scripture, and we're like 3 hours into the drive, and when you're out on the open road, it's different than being in the city.
Yes.
And so I'm looking out the window, and I'm thinking like, it's easy to go off in the city, but what really can happen out here on the open road? Like, I'm kind of second guessing myself and thinking about it, and then next thing I know, like, the radio cuts off, and then I'm like, damn, that's the alternator. And it stops, and the car stops on the side of the road, and we're stranded there. We had to wait 3 hours in Bakersfield for somebody to come get us from Vegas. Just sitting there, and then we had to go back the next day. We had to go to AutoZone, come back and put a new alternator in.
Right.
I'm just like, you know what I'm saying?
Should
It's
have
like,
went to camp.
hey, I was trying to get there. I'd have been there on time, but I was like, in my mind, I was second guessing my head.
But it's all for a purpose though.
Hey,
the Lord is
God.
really testing you right now.
Hey.
He's really trying your spirit.
It's Sirach 2 and 1.
Yeah.
Sirach 2
Yeah,
and
well,
1.
funny,
I
I
think
was
we brought it
thinking
up
that right
before.
there.
We brought it up before,
Right.
but
I was
just
thinking
to
it
just
right
to
now, too.
reiterate, just to sharpen your mind,
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah.
consider this,
It's
man.
spirit, bro, 'cause I was
You gotta
about
consider
to
this.
call. I was just about to call.
Sirach 2 and 1. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare your soul for temptations, man. You
Now,
gonna
woman
have
with
trouble.
the temptation, the different people coming up here fucking with you, talking, running over your time, you know what I'm saying? That's all these different temptations. You might want to sock their ass out. You might be like, hey, I'll take her back to the house and make it some car trouble. All these things are temptation to keep you, to try your spirit to see if you're really about this. And it's specific to each man. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really dig inside yourself and see. But just like it's on your side testing you, it's on our side testing us in a different way, specific to us. Keep going, bro. That's for us to say. That's why I said.
Verse 2.
No, read. Just
Read again?
Yeah, read.
Ecclesiastes 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart upright and constantly endure.
Meaning make yourself hard. When shit like that happens, you're still supposed to basically,
Rejoice.
you know, you gotta endure that. You gotta
be like
actually go
Lord.
through it, make yourself hard, so you can be able to deal with that type of shit.
Yeah.
That's what you think each brother that comes into this, what do you think they go into? What What do you think they go through coming into this?
Some brothers
They come in through affliction, right?
Through
That's
affliction,
how I
through
came
hell.
into the
Yeah.
try to
As soon
research
as
it.
the Lord calls you, He immediately start throwing it at you.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as He opened up your mind, all right, now you finna get now. I'm finna give you some responsibility with this.
Hey, I got a testimony. My cousin, one of my cousins, right? That's not in the truth today. Me and my other cousin that's in LA, Karia, we told him about this, right? We got on the phone, we breaking stuff down, telling him about it, and then all of a sudden, guess what? He goes to work the next day, and just affliction throughout that whole day happened to him. He just get fucked with all day. He called us back that night like, I don't know about this. Crazy shit been going on. Me and my wife never argued, but we didn't argue half the day since I got, like all the time my kids are just acting all crazy. I don't know if that part of this, and I don't know if I can deal with this. I'm like, yeah, it is part of this. But all right then, you really think about that, and when the decision you make, understand when all of this that we telling you about come to pass, that you made the decision. But don't be on the fence about it. Make a decision today and deal with that. And so pretty much he went back into the world completely, but he never came completely out of it. He went all the way back, but at the same time, every blue moon he'll call and ask a couple questions.
It's in the back of his mind, yeah.
Right.
Well, I remember that's the first video you sent me. Like, is this for you? Or you did a 2-part breakdown on that, yeah.
Right.
And I remember
Because it
that,
come with hard shit, man.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
car trouble was one thing, because what I put out there on the message I sent you, we out here.
Exactly.
So at the time you talked to me, it was like maybe you'll be able to make it.
Right.
Maybe. My chance you are, you know what time we be out here.
Right.
If not, no big deal. Right? But the Lord made sure you wasn't able to come out.
Yeah.
But that's to try your spirit. Because that could easily lead into whoever you was with, not gonna, but just
And I'm not even going out there no more. I'm not even going to
That
try
may
to do it
happen
no
like
more.
that. It may happen to where.
And but it's crazy because as soon as the car stopped, you already know what I was thinking of.
already hit you.
'Cause it's right after I had that thought, and then it started getting late, the sun went down, and I'm like, what you gonna call on when that dollar collapsed? Because it's just like, you just out here, you know what I'm saying?
You need to call
Wait,
on them
nothing,
before
you know
that
what I'm
dollar
saying?
collapse.
Exactly.
that dollar
well, what
collapse.
people gonna do when that martial law, like, it's
Right.
like, you just out here, you know what I'm
Wisdom and
saying? You ain't got the
stability. Wisdom
consistency.
and knowledge will be the stability of your time.
Yeah.
If you do not know what's going on, you're going to be out of luck, man.
Like,
You're going to bug
people,
out.
they don't know how serious it's gonna get. That's what I'm saying. They don't know how serious.
And then, bro, you was having car trouble last time. When you first started coming out here, you got an accident.
I told her that.
Total
Yeah.
car on your way out here, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you've been having
That was the first day I came out here.
The devil been at your wheels.
Hey, let him beat you for you. Now let him beat you for you.
Isaiah 33:6. For wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure.
Yeah, that's what you should treasure, fearing the Most High. Standing in that, like, I can't afford to miss a camp. My mom keeps, come on down for the week. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't afford to miss, Mom. I'm sorry. I can't. And she's like, well, there's no other way. I'm sorry. If I can come in the middle of the week, I will. But I can't right now. I must be back Saturday night. I don't even want to be back Sunday morning. Saturday night I need to be here. So I can be rested before camp, and go over, make sure the camera and all that's ready, I can't, but that's the fear of the Most High that I have. Like, I gotta make sure this shit is ready, make sure I'm ready to be out here. Because, everything's against you. And sometimes it becomes for some of us that if we don't come out and get to be in the spirit of the Heavenly Father, there's a heaviness and just an angry spirit that stays on you.
You can't wait till next week.
Right.
That's for sure. Like